AliExpress is one of the most controversial platforms out there, and within it, Pagani Design is maybe the most divisive watch brand. It definitely offers an extremely good value proposition, but it will unashamedly copy other people's designs and stamp its own name on them. So by giving the people the opportunity to own that design they crave for but can never actually hope to buy, but at the same time blatantly copying other people's hard work, are they doing a service to horology, or are they just helping to destroy it? And if you are already considering one of their watches, are they good or are they pure garbage like some people say? We'll find answers to all of that in this video. To get some feedback for the video, I asked you, my viewers, how you feel about the brand, and the results were a mixed bag. Among the over 500 responders, 26% believe that they make good watches, 29% believe the opposite, and most of them believe that the answer is not as simple as it seems. But first of all, what is Pagani Design? If you go to their website, they say they were founded in 2012 in Guangzhou, China, and that they are committed to R&D, production, and sales of watches worldwide. They also state that no brand offers the quality in construction materials and final product like Pagani Design at such committed prices. And boy, I'm so glad that they included that second part of the sentence. And this description will lead us to talk about the case for the brand. And it can be summed up fairly easily. It's the case you can make for Homage watches that pack a lot of specs. There's a lot of them on AliExpress, but Pagani Design is the king among all of them. But without delving too deep into the Homage argument, as that would take a whole different video, some people really like the design of expensive watches without being able or willing to purchase them. And then again, a homage or even a clomage is not a counterfeit. It is not pretending to copy the watch down to the branding. You can totally argue that stealing someone else's design is intellectual property theft, and you would probably be right, at least under Western law, but Pagani Design and the other Chinese companies have walked this thin judicial line expertly for over a decade without any hiccup or almost without any. And then there's the specs. Sapphire crystal, ceramic bezel inserts, fairly decent finishing, and all of that most of the time for less than $100. And most of their watches are powered by reputable Japanese movements from Seiko or Miyota. And during the sales, the price of a whole watch may be as expensive as one of the movements themselves. On paper, this is a dream come true, but more on that later. And then there's the models. Objectively, so copying aside, some of their models are incredible value for money. Their Moonwatch Homage, the 1701, is arguably a very good watch with premium specs for less than $100, sometimes much less than that. Their Homage of the AP 11.59 is one of the best finished watches I have seen below $300, and that will cost less than $60 sometimes. And what people forget is that Pagani Design don't make one-to-one copies. Sometimes they will change things here and there, sometimes even improving on the original, as is the case with the 1701, which contrary to the Omega Moonwatch, comes all of the time with a ceramic bezel insert. Some could even say that they have made one or two designs of their own, like the beautiful Pagani 1782. Others would say that it's a heavily inspired on the Tissot Heritage 1973 chronograph, but that is the further they have gone with their designs. But it's when you start looking closely that the chinks in the watch's armors start to show. First of all, there's the quality that we can at best call inconsistent. In some watches, like the aforementioned Moonwatch and code 11.59, they are better than expected. On some others, they are simply bad. And I'm not talking watches from 5 years ago, I'm talking their latest Aquaterra Homage. This is actually a great looking watch, and I have absolutely no complaints about the watch head, which is very nicely finished, but the bracelet is almost unbearable to wear because of its sharpness. And this is a regression in quality from them. Their bracelet used to be better. And then there's the everlasting question of the lume. While brands like Aris Dive, Caris and many others in the same price bracket offer really good lume, Pagani Design's lume has always been bad and it doesn't seem to be getting better. And then there's the name. Considering that none of those two words reflect what the company really is, they have absolutely no association with the prestigious Pagani supercars and don't actually make any designs themselves. So Pagani Design is really not a good name for them. And as for homages, they are not bad per se, but the issue is that contrary to other Chinese manufacturers, Pagani Design have made mostly only homages. And that is why I believe that they concentrate the ire of some watch collectors. But let's try and sum it up. They propose amazing specs but spotty quality, good movements but zero originality, and decent finishing but crappy lume. So as for myself, like almost half of the people who responded said, it is complicated, and that is the answer I'm gonna go with. And it will once again depend on what you are looking for. If you don't mind the homage part and are okay with the negatives we have mentioned, for less than $100 you can do much worse than a Pagani Design, especially if you pick the right model. I would recommend without questions the ones I have praised in this video: the Moonwatch Homage, the 11.59, and of course their original design Chrono. I'm gonna leave some links if you want in the description of the video. I would absolutely stay away from some others, especially the ones who carry low quality Chinese movements like the pearls, although those are slowly being phased out. And if you simply cannot stomach the brand or the name or homages, just scroll by. Don't let a watch or a watch brand ruin your day. There are much more important things out there. And if you're among the ones who like Pagani Design watches, I'm gonna leave you here with all of the reviews I have made from them, mostly good, and I'll be seeing you right away in these videos.